Alright guys, we're going to go over some of the trades we took today on the S&P 500, and we're actually going to review impulsive trading. Not necessarily impulsively jumping into markets to trade, but impulse wave trading. Some of the highest probability trades you can take are going to be based off of impulse waves. So we're actually going to review the ones that we took today on the S&P 500, and we're going to go ahead and touch up on some of the things that we analyzed before we took the trade. Alright, so let's take a look. We actually were coming down on the S&P 500 today, and we didn't stay in the market too long. I'd say maybe about 20 minutes, and then we called it a day. But we did analyze an upward move, and I'm going to show you guys how we actually did it. We had a downward move coming down on the S&P 500. We can see a prior impulse and peaks over here at about 63.75, and you can see an impulse all the way down to 54 even. Now from there, the market moves all the way back up to 68 to about 69 right here at this first purple eclipse that you guys see, and then we start to hold the level of support from here, and we create another push into that same level right over here. And this is not necessarily what we're looking for, but I'm going to show you when we came into the market what we identified to capture some points today. So we do get that peak. We're held down by the volume weighted average price. You see this purple line, and then we start to find a level of support coming in right at about 61.50, and that's very important because if this was the prior peak over here and we're holding that level, then the sentiment most times will move in that direction. And you can see we actually created another impulse higher right here into about 72, starting from this level about 63.75 to 64, right? And that's when we start to get our setup happening. If we zoom in here just a little bit, you can see we took the trade right around I'd say maybe about 5:20. That would have been a time frame that we decided to take our trade, and I'll show you guys why. We had an impulse here from about 64 into 72. The market comes back to the same impulse leg, and it pushes right back to the same level. And this is what we're looking for. When the market comes back to our level, we're looking for the market to use that level as support if we want to continue higher. Now, if this is going to go down, it's going to show you a directional move to the downside. But in this case, we're actually looking for a move higher. And the reason for that is because we wanted to see the market hold this structured level of a prior peak. So the market moves down to that level, and we are already looking to confirm that as our zone, right? We have a green box here. We have our support lines here. We also have the volume weighted average price right in our level of support. And then the market not only comes down to the level, but starts to confirm and hold that level as support. So we did take the trade, our first trade, because we took about 3 trades today. Our first trade, we took a little bit higher. You can see our entry was right around the 69 even level, and that was a little bit high. We were okay with taking a little bit of risk, and we actually took it a little bit outside of the zone, which happens. You know what I mean? I had a little bit of a thought that it was going to go higher from this level, and you can see the market comes back and stops me out for about 5 ticks. Took a little bit of a breather after that one, reanalyzed, recouped, and then looked at the markets again and decided, you know what, took it outside of my zone, want to see this structured level of support hold. So we're going to go ahead and try to enter again at about 67.75 and 68 for 2 lots. Now you can see when we enter into that level, somewhere right around this level right here, the market almost immediately turns us into a green trade, right? And it moves up, it moves up, it moves up, and we take profit on that first lot at about 7 ticks. Very, very important, because you know what? We took 5 tick stop on the first one. We want to get a little bit of profit on this first lot here, so we take about 7 ticks off of that. So we're up about 2 ticks on the S&P 500 with 1 running. And when we have this running, we're going to go ahead and trail stop this. As it moves up every 3 to 4 ticks, we're going to move ours up at about 2 to 3 ticks every movement higher. You can see we actually did that, and the market climbs all the way into about 73, stalls out, and then comes back down, and our trail stop is somewhere right around the 70.75, where the market comes back, touches that level, and we are out for about 3 points. You guys see 67.75 into 70.75 gives us a total of 3 points on that one lot specifically. So we actually took out of the market about $150, a little bit over $150 today, in about 20 minutes. And it was from there, we just didn't trade anymore, had some stuff to do. You could have used this level to confirm a little bit more trades, but we actually weren't trading anymore from there. But we're going to talk about this just a little bit, because I do see a lot of people struggling with this. But just want to go over some stuff before we end this for you guys. To be honest with everybody here, nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. And especially with trading, it can be very risky to trade, right? And in a sense, if you don't know what you're doing, it's essentially like gambling, right? But if you do learn the correct way to do things, if you do learn how to analyze markets, how to watch them, how to identify specific things in markets to give you high probability trade setups, then it's not as risky. But everything in life, if you decide to go out of your comfort zone, is going to feel and be risky. But the thing is, like I said, nothing in life is worthwhile unless you decide to take risks. The real battleground is in your mind. You lay down with your mind, you get up with your mind, you go to work with your mind. Sometimes you can't eat with it, sometimes you can't sleep with it, and sometimes you can't even live with it. It's the thoughts in your mind that determine the outcome of the situation. It's how you're reacting to those thoughts. You are not going to be defeated by what others say about you or what others think about you. Instead, you will be defeated by what you say and what you think about yourself, or you will succeed based off of what you say and what you think about yourself. So always remember that. No matter what you want to do, you have to be able to think positive. You have to get rid of those negative thoughts, and you have to constantly push yourself to see yourself succeeding.